And we are live. Welcome to the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will, and this is the 50th fucking episode of this great show. How are y'all doing tonight? I've got two fantabulous co-hosts with me in the saddle for what should be another great episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. Why don't you two introduce yourselves?
Yo, it's Mac. I guess I don't really need to share my Twitter since we're on Twitter right now, but thank you all for joining, and thank you all for who joined us draft night for our Twitter Spaces. We appreciate that.
And it's Jackie. I don't need to share my Twitter either. The toe sucking queen. What's up? If you know, you know.
We are here on Twitter Spaces because we cannot, for the life of us, figure out how to get the audio working on anything else. And we are here to discuss the Arizona Cardinals and everything we've missed since the Kyler Murray drama, which has been a lot and not very much at the same time. But yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. So first things first, the biggest thing that's happened since we last recorded an actual honest to God episode was the NFL draft. The Arizona Cardinals had a pretty decent draft, and in the first round they made a big move trading for Hollywood Marquise Brown. Now, guys, there's two reactions I think we need to talk about for this. What was your reaction to this the night of the draft and the reaction to this after the DeAndre Hopkins suspension?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were all pretty hyped about it. I mean, he's an upgrade over Christian Kirk, let's say that, and then on the outside, he's an upgrade over AJ Green. That should move AJ Green once D Hop gets back to basically wide receiver four. And I mean, it's a move that had been done. It was a necessity, especially after finding out D Hop will be gone the first 6 games.
Yeah, he wasn't somebody that was on my radar. And when you think of like trading your first round picks, you think of like a big blockbuster move. But logistically, on paper, like it's an awesome move. You know what you're getting. You're getting a solid number two. He's the guy that's had to be a number one that has done okay being a number one, but he's got a better passer in Kyler Murray, and that's his teammate. So I think he's gonna thrive here for sure.
He's got definitely a better deep passer as well. That's a big thing. Lamar's not known for this deep ball
Yeah.
accuracy as much as Kyler is. I mean, I think once again this is 2 years in a row where Kyler's graded out as the best deep ball passer in the league, and so it should go a long way. I mean, Marquise Brown teaming up with an old college teammate, them getting back together. So hopefully it clicks from week one. We'll just have to wait and see.
I gotta say, I really like the move. I think that what Marquise Brown brings to the table for this team is something we haven't had in a hot minute, and that is a speedy guy who can catch. Don't get that fucking reputation twisted just because he had a few drops. He is a solid receiver, and I think that the chemistry he brings to the locker room immediately is a big up. I do wish that we had Hopkins right off the bat so we could establish that that dynamic sooner. But I think it will be a wonder to see come week 7 when he and Hopkins tear up that Saints defense. It'll be a wonder to
Oh
see what they
yes.
can do. Oh yeah.
I'm already nutting my pants just thinking about
Oh yeah.
Hello.
it.
But yeah, that was the big move for the Arizona Cardinals in the draft. We had some other draftees that we got. I'm gonna list them off here real quick, and you guys can tell me what you think.
Okay.
Second round, we drafted Trey McBride,
So
tight end out of Colorado State.
So let me just start because I know Mac will have more positives. But so once I have the draft on the TV, I have it turned up really loud. I go to change the baby in the other room. Then I hear the announcer getting a tight end, and my first initial reaction is like, "Why the fuck are we drafting a tight end in the second round with all these other positions of need?" So that's my first gut reaction. But digesting it, I like the move now because we need weapons. We need we this is what we wanted last draft. Like we wanted something sexy, like to fire up this offense. And if all the hype around Trey McBride is like legit, then it's going to be awesome because not only can he can catch, but he can block. With Max Williams, Zach Ertz. Like, they're getting up there in age. Williams is coming off an injury. So I don't hate it anymore. I hated it for about 20 minutes, but I'm
It's
with it.
funny how we always can talk ourselves into, any
To
move
liking something.
happening. I hated the Steve Wilkes when he was being interviewed. I just did not see where the credentials came from, and then he got hired, and I was pissed. And then I bought into it, and then the rest is fucking history. It feels like that kind of happens with all the teams around here. But I mean, it is a tight end, and I'm not going to sit here and say I watch Colorado State every fucking Saturday or anything like that. But if he is an able blocking tight end who can catch the ball, then he's basically kind of a emergence between Max Williams and Zach Ertz. He's like a baby combination between those. So, just listening to him, I know um, he was interviewed and he was talking just how he just looks forward to working under Zach Ertz, and just kind of soaking it all up. And that's something that you really you can't teach a guy who wants to learn, who wants to sit back there and watch a guy who has been one of the best in his craft for over about a decade now. For him to sit there and want to learn and want to be ingrained into the best player that he can be. He's not just sitting here going to live off his athleticism. So that's one thing that it's a positive, even before him even stepping on the field and seeing what he can or can't do.
For sure.
I gotta say, initially hated the pick. Did not like it for all the reasons Jackie outlined, and plus the last time we got one of those try hard tight ends in the second or third round, we whiffed on it big. We drafted Troy Nicholas in that round, and we missed. Devontae Adams was the next pick. So needless to say, just given the history, I did not like the pick initially, but learning more about this guy and finding out what he is as a player, I like it a lot more now. I mean, hearing that he's like a Kittle type of tight end who's like more of a pass catcher than anything, I really like it. I just wish that everything I was hearing about the role he would have on this team wasn't the case, because I've heard they want to be more of a blocking tight end on this team. And if that's the case, I don't know why you drafted him, because it's like he's fine at blocking, but like that's not his strong suit. So
if he can help open up the offense, then I'm all for it. Because Cliff said it's not going to be no red shirt. Like, he's going to start.
And let's be honest here. Max Williams isn't the high standard of health. So as long as we're not seeing Darrell fucking Daniels anymore, that fucking bum. And I still don't know why Cliff fucking drew up a play for him first play of the playoff, but I'll digress on that one. And I had someone respond when we made that pick or something. It was like, did we not learn with Hausler? And the difference is this guy will block. I haven't read anything that says he's not a willing blocker. Everything says he could grade out and be an all-pro type tight end because he has all the tools. So we'll just see what kind of happens, I guess.
Yeah, I like the pick a lot, and I am excited to see what he can do. First two rounds they're hitting, they're doing really well. Third round, give me 1 second, I'll pull her on up. We drafted both Cameron Thomas from San Diego State and Myjai Sanders from Cincinnati. They are both defensive ends. Guys, what did you make of those picks?
I love it, even though. Sorry, go, Jackie. My bad.
No, I was going to say, again, beef up the trenches. And, we lost Chandler Jones, so we definitely needed to fill that void. So that was probably what I would have wanted out of a second-round pick, but you get two solid guys in the third. So hats off to Kime.
Yeah, and they're different type of players as well. Cam Thomas is more known to be pretty elite in the run game. I think he had 23 and a half tackles for loss. What was it? I don't think that was last season, but 23 and a half tackles for loss, I believe, last 2 seasons. And then Myjai Sanders, he's going to be more just the edge guy coming off the edge. And he's going to be rotation right there with a couple other guys, probably Dennis Gardeck, and then we're also probably going to see Devon Kennard. Those three, as of right now, I think that those would be the tandem coming off the edge to try to replace Chandler Jones. And I like Myjai Sanders. He led the nation in hurries last season. Uh, and I don't follow, the draft as much as some other people, but some I know Kyle on Twitter. He's one of the Cardinal guys that I trust. I was talking with him about it, and even before the draft, I was just saying, hey, his sack numbers are kind of down, but his pressures are way up, and he was just saying that he was by far the best guy on the Cincinnati defensive line. So they basically double teamed him all season, even triple teamed him all season long because he's that freak up front. But it sounds like we're going to move him purely to the edge, and you line him up outside. I think this guy has a potential to really boom and be that guy to take over moving forward for years to come, replacing Chandler Jones.
I love it. Your description of that just makes me even more excited for him.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, if we can lay in some pressure on Matt Stafford, I mean, I can get behind it 100%.
100%.
That was a blood money fucking championship. I'll never fucking forget it. All right. Before I get too heated, we're gonna do a lightning round on these later round picks because I don't think we have much to say on them. Keontae Ingram, running back USC.
Well, we just signed Daryl Williams. Excuse me, I believe that's how you pronounce it. So Keontae is going to be battling, and he's going to be a special teams guy. I know. What's the show that the Cardinals do every week or whatever? We were talking about it. But
Flight Plan. The
yes,
one you were getting on my ass for not watching.
Yeah, my brain is fried. I'm the first to admit that. But Keontae Ingram, he looked like a guy who's willing to start in special teams and work his way up from there, and that's always something you want to see in this 6th round guy.
R.I.P. Benjamin. That's all I
know.
Say.
Fuck, right?
Bobby's just on suicide watch right now.
Bobby's fucking punching air over there.
Next one,
Bobby
we got
better watch his back. Jackie's gonna fucking shank him, making us wait a month to do this episode.
Yep.
I'm probably absolutely butchering this next name. Lecitus Smith.
Nope, that's how you do it.
Guard from Virginia Tech. What do you guys think?
Love it. I think he's a good guard.
Yep, I think he can come in and battle with Josh Jones right away for that backup guard spot. So, because I know we're going to have Will Hernandez came in. It sounds like he's going to probably be the starter. But Lecitus Smith, obviously,
I really hope he isn't, just given everything I've heard about Hernandez from the Giants fans.
Fuck Giants fans. They were the same ones that wanted who said Daniel Jones is better than Kyler Murray. So I don't trust anything they say.
Yeah,
but I think Lecitus Smith can come in right away. He's a big boy, and he looks humbled. He looks willing to work. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, can't have too many guards up front. Hopefully he can stick.
Like the pick. Next one, we got Christian Matthew, cornerback, Valdosta State.
Again, could always use a good quarter. The grass and straw at this point. So,
like the pick. Wish we would pick one earlier. Honestly,
he's got good size, 6'2", and we've been talking about it. I know that cornerback is still my biggest weakness on the team right now. Behind Byron Murphy, your next most experienced starter has 15 starts under his belt. That's not ideal. And that guy missed all of last season in Gladney. So I do still think there will be another addition, maybe 2 to that room, but at least one more addition. And it's probably going to be Robert Alford, who we can.
Yeah, I mean, our, let's see, available cornerbacks on the market right now. We got Trey Waynes, we got Robert Alford, we got Chris Harris, Janoris Jenkins. So yeah, pretty sparse room right now on the free agency. But interesting thing to note with Christian Matthew is that he's really old for being in this draft. He's 25. He started college in 2015, ended last year. So got ourselves an old cornerback.
Well, maybe he's closer to what he's gonna be than a lot of these young guys coming in. I mean, he had a battle. He had to persevere, and that shows a lot. When you come into the league and you're this far down as a draft pick, it's all about perseverance. Nothing's handed to you. So this guy obviously has paid his dues, and let's see what he can do in camp.
Yeah, and to me, corner is like a position that I would feel more comfortable with in acquiring a free agent than trusting it like a draftee. So we'll see.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Before we
After
move
that,
on
we
real
got
quick, I just want to shout out Juan and Colby. What's up,
whoop
guys?
whoop.
What
How
up?
y'all
What up?
doing
What
tonight?
up?
We're doing this is just entirely off the cuff because we couldn't get our
Our
audio
to
launcher to work. So I'm going to try to download this audio and make it work from there. But love you guys for showing up. Appreciate
Stay
it.
tuned at 6:15. Jackie will be sucking toes on her OnlyFans page, so please stay tuned. We'll share the link in here.
Yep,
Christ
link in the
alive.
description box.
All right. So after that, we got Jesse. I want to say Lukita.
Leukemia?
Linebacker, Penn State. I know that's just Steve Keim's favorite position aside from missionary.
No, I mean,
But
you saw him get drafted that night, and the whole friggin' I don't know where he was at, fucking B-dubs or something like that, but the whole place went fucking crazy. At this point, I mean, you want guys who are going to work. This guy's going to come in and play probably special teams if he gets a spot. And everything you read about him, character, everything, checks off all the boxes. It's just, can he persevere? Can he work his way up the ladder and maybe make the team?
yeah, I mean, he seems like a real neat story. I mean, grew up in Ottawa, had a single parent household, mother moved from the Congo. I mean, he's a story of perseverance. I mean, he's pretty neat.
I already love him. Favorite player ever.
Yes. So I mean, I can get behind it. I like it. I'd like to see something out of him. But after that, we got Marquise Hayes, guard from Oklahoma. What do you guys think?
Again, you can never go wrong with having a lot of guards. Why not? Anybody but what's his ass? Why can't I think of his name? Max Garcia.
Oh yeah.
As long
as these guys don't have to come in and start at center, any of these guards will be fine. But no, I mean, you're teaming Kyler here with another one of his college teammates. Dude's 6'5", 315 pounds. So he plays the role of offensive. He looks the role of offensive guard, I should say. So he might need a couple of years to develop, and let's see if he sticks too. But yeah, he's Kyler's boy. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a move to help make him happy. I mean, started as a left guard during Kyler's either last season or second to last season. So I mean, that's I like that as a move to improve chemistry. So I mean, but yeah, so all said and done, we're going to include the Marquise Brown thing here. What would you grade this draft?
if we're including Marquise Brown, so you're basically including, a guy who's stepping in and going to be your day one number one guy, with D-Hop not there. I don't think I can give it an A, so I'm not going to give it an A.
I give it a B minus.
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. I really like the two defensive guys in that that we got with Cam Thomas and Myjai Sanders, and you never want to be too optimistic with the Steve Keim draft, but Trey McBride better hit that better fucking happen, and then at least Cam Thomas or Myjai Sanders, one of them needs to hit as well. And from there, I mean, anything else is kind of a crapshoot, round 6 and beyond. So I'll go.
Like grasping straws.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go B. I mean, if you're adding Marquise Brown, that's better than probably almost any rookie wide receiver you have come in day one and try to have him, start right away. So yeah, I'll go solid B.
Wow, you guys are less hyped than I am. I really like this draft.
That's fucking shocking. Anybody that's ever this is the first time you're listening to us. This is big because Will is our resident fucking pessimist.
So, yeah, he ended up being right last season, fucking shitting all over the Cardinals, and then they fell, in the gutter. So you were right on that. So hopefully,
send him your hate mail if we have a fucking shit season.
But I mean, I like this draft. I feel like the moves we made to improve our team here are some big ass moves. I mean, I really like trading for Marquise Brown, and if we extend Kyler Murray, and this is the reason why, I'm absolutely for it. Trey McBride, I think, brings something very good to this team from day one, and if he reaches that potential that everybody says he reaches, this is a pick we're going to be talking about for years. I really like that pick. I like the moves of us getting two defensive ends in the third round. I feel like that could really help us after Chandler left. I mean, all said and done, I like this draft. I've got no complaints. I mean, I'm gonna give it either an A or an A minus. I like it. I like it a lot.
All right.
So what holes do you guys? What are the biggest holes remaining? Because I mean, I've been pretty clear.
Corner's the big one. I
Yes.
think that our cornerback room is so like so dry right now that we just it's like Ben Shapiro's wife levels of dry here. We can't go into the season like this. I would really like to see them address it in the free agency here if they can, but unfortunately there's just so few actual options. Defensive tackle it would be a good one to look at. I think that's a big one, and luckily for us, there is like a wealth of options for defensive tackle right now, just available in the free agency. So I mean, those are the two big ones I'd say. What about you guys?
What say
you
you,
pretty much
Jackie?
nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, cornerback. We're going to need to bring in somebody who has at least starting experience. You can't be going into a season with Marco Wilson and basically Jeff Gladney as your second and third most experienced starters. Even Antonio Hamilton, I think he still only has like 3 starts under his belt, and he's a guy who's played some snaps and he's looked okay, but I don't. To me, that's not a championship caliber room right now, not even close. So hopefully something happens there. And we were just talking a little bit earlier that post June 1st is going to be a big day. Hopefully the Cardinals will open up a little bit more cap room once Jordan Phillips was designated when he got cut as a June 1st cut. So that basically saves us, I think, $5.9 million that we're going to get back. If we wouldn't have done it before, or if we would have done it just before June 1st and didn't put him as a post June 1st guy, then that would have been like, I think, 4.1 million we would have saved. And this time it's going to be, I think, 10 million. So that's something to keep an eye on, because there's no way the Cardinals are done in free agency. Like you said, Will, there are definitely a handful of guys up front, on the defensive tackle, or just the defensive line in general. And I know we were talking about Eddie Goldman, nose tackle. Akeem Hicks is another guy. And I know, Jackie, who did you say at edge earlier? You just threw him out there. Who was somebody
Justin
that?
Houston.
Yeah, and that could be a rotational guy. He kind of reminds me of Terrell Suggs when Suggs came here. I mean, he's had 12 and a half sacks last 2 seasons. He's getting older, but a guy who can come in, and you don't need somebody who can come in and play 60% of the snaps right now. I think a lot of people forget how good Dennis Gardeck actually was when Chandler Jones got hurt, before Dennis Gardeck went down with his knee injury as well. So I do think I'm a little bit more optimistic on the edge than I think I've seen on Twitter a lot. But yeah, definitely D tackle and cornerback are the two rooms that I definitely think that we should be seeing some movement here in the coming days. Hopefully, once we get past that June 1st deadline.
Yeah, it's time to go bargain shopping, boys.
Yeah, let's pray they do something. I think that this is a good draft. We've assembled ourselves a not sexy but decent free agency room. I mean, this is the ball's in their court now. I mean, if they screw it up, that's on them. But I
free
mean,
agency was a little vanilla this year, and I know everybody has expressed their frustrations, myself included.
Oh yeah, I was pissed.
But we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see what the product's like on the field before we can really hammer
and
in
really,
that
the big
judgment.
names in free agency haven't really hit for us, anyways. I mean, you can go back to who was the motherfucker who pulled a gun out on those strippers. It seems like the bigger you pay some of these guys early on in free agency, it just doesn't seem to work out. And so I still don't hate the game plan of going in, doing the draft, basically retaining your core, adding, depth here and there. And then after the draft and after June 1st, when more money opens up, hopefully we'll see a little bit more activity. Because if not, then that would be very disappointing. But I'm one who's willing to wait and see what it looks like before the training camp starts, before the regular season starts, because it's an off season. It's not just a month long. And like I said, these big names really haven't hit for us in the past.
Yeah, and I think the Marquise Brown trade, that's enough splash that we needed to kind of cool things down with the frustrations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some real Mission Impossible shit trying to get him in on that for the draft
On that
party.
plane? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking cool, man. I wish I was there.
Yeah. Shit, man, me too. So we're gonna jump topics real quick. This is a really contentious one. This is gonna make people real happy. We're gonna talk about Steve Wilkes real quick. Everybody's favorite guy. So
What's
Haven't
going
heard
on
that
with
name in
him?
years.
well, I mean, this is going back to the Flores lawsuit. This was a while ago, but I still want to talk about it because we didn't talk about it. We didn't have a chance to talk about it previously. I don't think on the cast. But
We didn't, but I did include it in my little timeline of notes.
yeah, and I appreciate you for doing that because I had forgotten
Forgot about it.
Yeah, it's feels like a lot's happened despite nothing happening. But yeah, he entered the lawsuit, basically said he didn't get a fair shake, and cited Kimes DUI and said he was working during his suspension. And Wilkes said he wanted to draft Josh Allen, not Josh Rosen. Said that Kimes should have had a shorter leash. Cliff's had a long leash. Guys, what do you think?
I think he's full of shit. I
I
think
think
he
so
got
too.
Yeah, I think he heard all these coaches getting fucking paid to tank. Was like, wait a minute, you guys got paid and I didn't. Fuck. But no,
I think
he's full of shit.
there is a genuine case to be made for Brian Flores, and there has been genuine cases for other coaches in this league who
David
have gotten.
Culley. Yeah.
I mean, David
David
Culley.
Culley has more of a fucking case than Steve Wilkes. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
I mean, it's outrageous. I mean,
dude had one of the worst offenses in NFL history. And sure, Michael Coley is his offense coordinator, but you get one chance at this. You got to bring in your guy, and even the defense. Week after week we heard gap integrity. Fuck you.
Yeah, you're a
For
defensive fucking
coach.
guy.
Yeah, and you're getting fucking shit on all year long. I think it's easy to kind of jump on this train right now for him, and act like he's not getting a fair shake. But
No,
like I said
there was
earlier,
no
I hated
changes.
the fucking move to begin with, and talked myself into it. Because look at his resume. He's not set up to be a fucking head coach in the NFL.
yeah.
Where's he at now? Missouri? Is he the defensive coordinator at Missouri or
Shit,
something like that?
Who the
He was like
fuck
the defensive
knows?
coordinator for a Missouri team that was like the worst of all Power 5
Yeah.
teams.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man. Yeah.
Even listening to him fucking talk is just
And
like, this guy does nothing for me.
And it's funny too because he failed upward again. He's now like a defensive passing game coordinator for the Panthers again.
Passing game coordinator, Jesus.
This guy just failed upwards. Like his
how is
whole
he a
career.
passing game coordinator? That makes no sense.
I mean, I don't fucking know. Yeah, no, I mean, there is genuinely a case to be made that there is, black coaches not getting a fair shake in the NFL. I mean, you could say it for Culley, you can say it for Flores. Hell, you could say it for Hugh Jackson in 2011. You can't say it for Wilkes. I mean,
no.
The thing here's the thing. So whenever you make like a midseason firing, be it your offensive coordinator, coach, whoever, you're supposed to prove that they were the problem. He fired McCoy midseason. McCoy was a big problem. Don't get me wrong. But you fired him midseason. You were basically saying, okay, he was the problem. We're going to progress from here, and we're gonna win. They didn't win. They did not win. They fucking sucked. And, I mean, at the end of the season, he supposedly was like, in his exit interviews, like, yeah, we're just going to run it back. No. How the fuck do you look at that season and say, I want to run that back?
And I'll be 100%. Like, heading into that season, I predicted the Cardinals to be fucking 5-11, and I got a lot of brushback on Twitter on that. My bad, I was wrong. When they go 3-13, he did not have a good team. It was not a good team. But
it was not a good team, but it was not.
That offensive line is probably the worst
3-13
offensive line in Cardinal history. I'll say that right now.
For fucking sure.
But you can't be that bad in every basically category and expect to not be fired. Yeah, you have to show something, anything. And it wasn't. He didn't change his system at all or his rotations defensively. That's the shit I look at. Like, I can understand, okay, your offense is dog shit. You have a rookie quarterback. You have Sam Bradford, terrible O-line. Well, that defense was god awful. That's just something. If you're a great defensive coach, you're going to show promise throughout the season. That's just not what we saw.
Well, he
So,
changed
anyways,
James Betcher's scheme and then never changed it back. Like, you fucked up our scheme.
right?
There was
Yeah,
enough.
yep.
There was enough continuity from that team that went 8-8 for there to possibly be something, and he didn't do anything with it. Now, fuck him. Fuck him to hell. I mean, he's a bum, straight up.
All right, what we got next?
Well, I don't have much else in the way of. I guess we could talk D Hop for a minute.
Well, yeah.
So,
Let's
D Hop got suspended for 6 games this season for violating banned substances list. D Hop swears up and down that he monitors everything in his body and that he did not intend to do it. The actual drug tests themselves, if I remember right, are spotty enough that it's like, why is this even being litigated? Guys, what do you think?
Do you want to go first, Mac, or do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I mean, so my brother showed me, or who was it that showed me? No, yeah, it was my brother. So the year before last offseason, there were 4 guys that DeAndre Hopkins worked out with that all tested positive for PEDs, and they were all working out with the same fucking trainer. So my brother was showing me after D Hop got popped, he was showing me a post on Reddit of this dude who basically called it last year. He said, "Don't be surprised if DeAndre Hopkins is next because he's working out with this fucking trainer." A little be known, basically a full season later, here we are. And I don't really believe in coincidences like that. If he didn't know what he's putting in his body, then he's doing it wrong. He's, an aging wide receiver coming off injury. It just looks bad. Any way you want to put around it. And I guess he got 6 games for in testing with, I believe, some anabolic. So what Patrick Peterson get? He got 6 games as well, though, but that was 4 for something and then 2 for masking. So this is a little bit. He wasn't trying to mask anything, which is, I guess, kind of one way to look at it. Like, okay, so he didn't. He obviously didn't know that he was probably taking this thing. But you got to be careful who you work out with, who you're with. I mean, if these guys you're working out with, all 5 of them test positive, and you're one of the only guys who didn't, you might want to ditch that fucking trainer. I'll have to see if I can find that link though to give you the names from last year. But I'm sure whoever's listening can probably think of a few that were suspended about Christmas last year. Anyways, that's all I got to really say about that.
Jackie?
So, I was listening to the Pat McAfee show and his take on the whole thing, and he brought up a thing that, if you're in the locker room, like, guys get kind of deals with supplements and they pass them out in the locker room. And with the supplement game, apparently, like, the FDA doesn't regulate it. So all the ingredients essentially are probably not disclosed on the labels. So it could be a whole thing if you didn't do due diligence, really look into what he's taking. This trainer could be giving, take my supplement. Like, it's fine. Like, there's nothing bad in it,
Yeah,
And
I
then,
know this is a weird person to validate this, but I know Max Hall said something similar to that at one point.
yeah, Max Paul. But anyways, so yeah, like, it just could be something like that. Like, I don't think he's fucking injecting shit in his body. I don't think it's like that. And it's, people are calling him out on Twitter, just saying, like, he's a cheater, this and that. But it's like, I'm not going to be judgmental like that because we don't know the full situation. Apparently, his test in October was negative, November was positive, and then December was negative. And, I'm someone that takes, like, caffeine supplements in the morning to help me get going. Like, you can argue that this fucking wine I'm drinking is helping me talk better. Like, I don't want to be judgmental in that sense. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and just say, it was just a big oops. But it just really sucks because I feel like once that happens, it really does tarnish your reputation.
I'm gonna be a complete fucking homer here. I'm gonna just say the most
Free my
homer.
boy Hop.
I'm gonna say that. But also I'm gonna say the most homer sentence you'll ever hear out of me. I don't think he did it, and if he did, so fucking what?
So what? We're missing 6 games.
Yeah, that's so.
Well,
what?
yeah, but I'm saying like
But
just
I don't know why you guys
the
are letting
to-
him off the
In your
hook like
eyes, it's
this.
not going to
the
tarnish his
He's
record.
fucking. No. Come
I'm
on,
saying
his
like
age, coming
I'm
off
saying
injury. I mean, let's read into it. So here was last year:
okay.
AJ Bouye, Will Fuller, Bradley Roby, all caught PEDs. They were training with this dude Kango. He's at the Kango Way on Twitter during the 2020 offseason. And so it's just coincidence now? No, you know what? I I'm tired of this. It just it's always one thing or another with this organization and just this city in general in sports, dude. We're heading into this really critical fucking year. We want to break it down, and it's another thing. It's like Patrick Peterson coming. He's going to miss the first 6 games. Missing D Hop, we saw how bad the offense was without him, and hopefully Cliff has adjusted. He even admitted he didn't adjust well enough. But I am not going to give D Hop. No, you're a pro, man. You make tens of millions of dollars. No, let somebody else suck your dick. You need to be out there for our team. We're fucking paying you. It's something selfish. It's something that could have been avoided. And that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just saying like the wear and tear that shit puts on your body and whatever. I mean, I get why he did it. If he did, I don't think he did, but if he did, I get it.
What do you
Yeah,
mean you
there's
don't
there's
think he
three
did?
there's are three opinions laid out there. So
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And that's a good thing about this show is that you get
We
a
don't
lot
always
of
agree.
yeah,
You
a lot of
get
contrasting.
the
Yeah.
right opinions, you and Jackie's, and you get the wrong opinions, mine.
Exactly.
Mm, the two people
You
who are
don't get the fucking Walt B. Jordan, whatever the fuck, Mitchell, old man boomer, fuck you. Chuck Harris, fuck you. Johnny and Clancy, fuck both of
fuck
you twice.
you. Yeah. Hey Jackie,
All
what are
right.
you drinking right now? How many drinks you in?
Well, I'm just, finishing up my first glass of Pinot Grigio.
So
Classy bitch these days.
Okay,
before we
classy
look at the
bitch.
schedule and give our predictions, I'm going to ask a question that you two are going to hate. Who do you feel better about in the coming season, the Suns or the Cardinals?
The
Ugh.
Cardinals, because the Suns just fucking tore our hearts out, 2 weeks ago. Cardinals are the next one on deck. That's the only one I care about right now. Suns, they're
Yep, Suns
and
took a shit
it
on my
sucks.
face.
It sucks that it's basically the same scenario. It doesn't matter what the Cardinals do in the fucking regular season. It doesn't matter what the Suns do in the regular season. You got to get over the fucking hump. You got to win for the Cardinals. You have to win playoff games this year. If not, no matter what you go, no matter what you do in the regular season, none of that shit fucking matters. If we don't see growth from this coaching staff, from this quarterback, from everyone in the playoffs, and then with the Suns, I mean, fuck, you fucking break franchise records, and then you look the way you did throughout the whole postseason, basically. Or like, no, sorry, we need like a 5 month break. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm tired of
Yeah,
our
I
teams
want to
making us look fucking silly.
meet the fucker who did the monkey's paw and was like, I wish the Diamondbacks weren't an embarrassment and just made the Suns do that shit. Fuck that, man. But yeah, man, I mean, I think it's recency bias, but I think the Cardinals I feel better about. But I know that's just going to break my heart in a couple months, so I'm just bracing for it.
Well, I
Schedule
mean,
predictions.
yeah, sorry, but real quick too, and with the Suns, I mean, there's a huge domino effect. What's going to happen with Aiton? You don't really have that question with the Cardinals. Sure, people are still like, is
I
Kyler
mean,
going to get? Kyler's getting paid. Okay, he's
yeah,
getting paid. He's way more valuable to the Cardinals than Aiton is to the Suns, and it's not even fucking close. So,
Hot take. Brr, 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 brr.
not even a hot take. That's just facts. All right, Mac, do you got a sheet of paper ready?
sure do. Hold on, let me grab a beer
Alrighty,
real quick. Let me grab a beer.
we're
You know
gonna.
what? Let me pour a little bit more wine. I apologize for any background noise you may hear.
I'm gonna chug some water.
Let me take a shit real quick. Sorry.
I jack off, suck some toes.
Bobby's like, let me climb a mountain real quick.
Bobby. All right, so this is a little intermission. Okay. Yeah.
Guess where everybody's in intermission right now. Get your favorite drink.
And I guess Bobby can just drop his in the, or he could turn on his mic. Could do that.
Bobby head.
But I guess he can just drop his thing in the comments like a weirdo.
All right, let's do this.
All right, week 1 at home versus Kansas City. Who you got?
L. I'm going.
Big ol' L. Patrick Mahomes has not thrown an interception or lost the season opener yet. I don't think that starts with us.
Without D-Hop, hopefully we come out hot. I mean, that's what we've been kind of known for. But honestly, I'd rather us go 5. I'd be happy 500 of these first 6 games without D-Hop and then trying to, turn it
Then get
on.
hot at the end of the season.
Yeah. So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm fine. So who you guys got?
I too am unfortunately going to say that one will be a loss.
Okay.
Yeah. So 2 of us are saying loss. All right. So after that, week 2 versus the Raiders.
You said loss, Kate, Will?
Yeah. I think that's a loss to
Okay.
open the season.
Okay.
Week 2 versus the Raiders. Who you got?
Is it at home or in Las? It's in Vegas, huh?
In Vegas.
In Vegas.
I'm going Cardinals still. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck
I don't know,
Raiders.
man. I mean they just got Devontae Adams. They look stacked right now. It's tricky.
It's still Derek
Chandler
Carr.
Jones revenge game or what?
Oh, Chandler Jones, motherfucker.
Nah, fucking Kyler's
AARP card.
making a point to slice and dice him. With all the little shit talking they used to do.
Nah, Chandler Jones, it would be with his brother John Jones, fucking hitting the buffets and shit. Nah, this motherfucker is gonna flop.
Yeah, he hit no buffets or hitting lines of coke.
Hitting lines of coke and women, that's what
I'm gonna say it's a W, but I think it's gonna be really close.
Okay.
We'll win like we won that one game we played the Raiders where the dude missed a kick.
Yeah.
Janikowski.
Yeah.
I had I used to have season tickets back like those years. Was it like 07 or some shit?
Yeah.
And I had these dudes straight from the Bay Area right in front of us with their fucking area code tatted into the back of their head. And I was fucking, 21 years old, fucking getting drunk and wild. And motherfucker turned to me. And we were going back and forth, dude. And he's like, I'll take your manhood. Like, damn, fool.
Jeez.
What the fuck? Straight ghetto. So, yeah, we had to leave just about 30 seconds before because we thought we were going to lose the game. So we were watching on the walkway and fucking going crazy. Anyways, almost got stabbed that day.
Week 3 versus LA at home. Who you got?
I'm going to go LA.
Putting the L in LA. I think that's a big old L.
Smelly. Yeah.
I think we'll split with them again. Win there.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But yeah, I'm predicting a loss at home.
Week 3 versus Carolina in Carolina. We have not won since Jake Delhomme. Who you got?
Week 3.
Sorry, I said week 4. I don't know. Week 4 versus Carolina.
Hey, we all might be at that game. No?
Hopefully, maybe. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We're thinking.
Yeah.
And that is the 4:05 start Eastern. So I mean, the timing should not matter. It's just a head thing at that point.
Okay, well, I'm going Cardinals. Fuck the Panthers. We're due to finally get over that hump with them.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, who the fuck's their quarterback? They still have fucking
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
They haven't traded for one, so it's Sam Darnold.
Who beat us last year? What was that fucking guy? J.P. Walker, P.J. Walker? Is that the guy that beat us?
We don't talk about it.
P.J. Tucker? I don't know.
P.J. Tucker, Chris Tucker, P.J. Walker. Don't matter. Cards by 14.
Exactly.
You guys both got Cardinals?
Yes, sir. So I've got us at 2-2 right now. Week 5 versus Philly in Arizona. Who you got?
AZ. I don't trust no Philly team. Come on, man.
I don't trust no Jalen Hurts.
No,
I don't trust him either.
Gotta be us.
Want to be a Kyler wannabe motherfucker, looking motherfucker.
Yeah, I think that's a dub. I think we're 3-2.
Okay.
Week 6 at
we
Seattle.
We haven't had one fucking game that we picked differently on. All right, I'm picking last.
Don't worry, I just poured.
I'm picking last. You guys are copying me. I'm sick and tired of this.
Week 6 versus Seattle in Seattle. Who you got?
Us.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, barring a Baker Mayfield trade, I think we win it. But even then, I think that's tenuous.
So realistically, though, we'll probably lose that Carolina game. We'll beat Seattle. We'll end up being 3-3 with D-Hop coming back.
Week 7 versus the Saints at home. D-Hop back. Who you got?
Cardinals.
Hey, Yeah, come on, man.
We have not won a single game in the color rushes, and unless they change the uniform rules, we will not win another. I think the Saints win. Doesn't matter. I think they win. We are
Fucking
cursed.
bite me.
We are cursed when we wear those jerseys. I swear to God.
Who the fuck's their quarterback?
Jameis.
Still?
Yep.
Yeah.
And no Sean
This
Payton.
He'll
fucking
throw for
Drew
5
Brees' old
TDs,
ass wants
4
to roll out of
interceptions
retirement.
against us.
Week 8 at Mini in Mini. Who you got?
Cardinals.
AZ, baby. Come on, man. I don't like how I got 1, 2, 3, 5 in a row.
Listen.
What? What are you going to say?
I don't know.
It feels like we always kind of.
I don't know where it's going with that.
It feels like we always kind of suck when we play Mini and Mini. So I think that's going to be a loss. I can't remember the last time we actually
Will
won.
is in fucking mid-season form now.
Yep, resident pessimist coming through.
Week 9, Seattle at home. Who you got?
Yeah, me. Us.
I'm not picking Drew Lock to beat us.
Yeah, no
we are
circumstances.
not going 7 and 9. I'm not going 8 and 8. All right, who you got? You got Seattle, Will?
No, I got us. We win. Week 10 at LA.
You sound excited when you say we win, you know? You sounded like you're disturbed. No, I'm picking us. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just a world-class hater.
Week 10?
Week 10 versus the Rams in LA. Who you got?
Oh, well, I said we'd split. I'll go. After you, Jackie.
Cards
all the way, baby. Staff fraud stays scared. Week 11. In Mexico City, we got San Fran. Who you got?
Fuck, man. Mexico City. I mean, we don't lose in Mexico City, baby. That's our nation. We're 1-0. 1-0. Did you guys remember watching the first game in Mexico City that we played the Niners?
I was like 4 years old, so no.
Yeah, I was smoking
was it
weed.
that fucking long ago?
I was smoking weed at a buddy's house. I still remember that. It was like senior year, I think.
Was it 04? 03?
Yeah, 04, I believe.
Yeah. Jesus, I'm fucking old.
Smoking weed at my drug dealer's house, watching that game. Will's over here fucking... How old are you now, 15?
Fucking learning how to use the big boy potty.
Hey, fuck you.
I bet 16, your dad was watching it, though. Shout out your pops if he was listening. Big Cardinals fan. Big AZ sports fan. Okay, so we all got Cardinals that game, or what?
Yeah, I'd say so. We're undefeated in Mexico. I don't think that changes. Chargers at home. Who you got?
I got the Chargers.
Oh, I'm going Chargers too. Fuck you.
What the hell? Now you're just copying me.
Justin Herbert's legit. Gotta say Chargers.
He's dreamy.
Week 13 is a bye, so Week 14 is our next game. Monday Night Football versus
So you're saying this is where the collapse happens, huh? Week 14 after the bye.
Mark it on your calendars, folks. Get your alcohol ready.
You know, Mac Jones doesn't scare me.
We're playing the Patriots?
Yes, sir. At home.
Belichick's going to out-coach Kingsbury. Stop! It happened last time. Maybe that didn't.
We ain't afraid of no Mac.
I'm not afraid of no McCorkle Jones.
Watch your mouth. Both y'all watch your mouth. Get some toes
Suns by a milli. Sorry, Cards by a milli.
We're done.
All right, I am going New England because Bill Belichick will outcoach Cliff Kingsbury, and they'll win on a field goal or a missed field goal by us, one or the
other. Cards by a milli.
Wrong, Mac. Respect.
Yeah.
Week 15 in Denver. We play them.
Shit.
What do you guys think?
L.
I'm picking Denver, son. Fuck, right?
I don't think it matters that their wide receiver room is looking kind of sparse. I think it's an L. Us in the cold weather
can make anybody look like a fucking stud.
Yeah.
And Javonte Williams, that dude's fucking. That dude's gonna lead. I wish they didn't bring Melvin Gordon back, but Javonte Williams could lead the league in fucking rushing. Next year, the year after that, he's a stud. Uh, and that defense is still pretty loaded as well. It's in Denver.
Yeah, I don't trust that in December. No way.
Yeah. But Bobbles, you gonna have your Denver gear on, dog, or what? I know you over there in Denver right now.
He's just ordering his Russell
Hiking
Wilson
mountains and
jersey.
shit.
I could do that too, motherfucker. uh, and then week 16, Christmas Day versus Tom Brady and the Buccaneers at home. Who you got?
Oh, the collapse is real. I'm going Tampa because uh
The Brady
I
that
hate
stole
I hate
Christmas.
everything.
Yeah.
I hate it too, man. I hate it too. Cardzell on Christmas Day. Can't get much worse.
We're all going to be fucking drunk opening presents crying.
Oh my
Ain't
God,
nothing
dude.
new. I'm drunk right now, writing down these fucking scores. So just another day.
Same
What do you
After
got,
that,
Jackie? Tampa? You guys both got Tampa?
Yes.
Sorry.
Tampa, yeah.
Yeah.
After that, week 17, Atlanta in Atlanta. Who you got?
New Year's
Cards,
Day.
baby.
Yeah,
You can
Cardinals get right before the playoffs.
Yeah.
get right before we lose to the Rams by 40.
Shut your fucking mouth, you dirty skank.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think it's,
Shut your mouth where I put my toe in it.
Mariota's their best quarterback. I couldn't even tell you who their best. Would it be Gage? Russell Gage? Is that their best wide receiver? Yeah, Cards by a milli.
No,
That.
they drafted Drake London. And then
Oh yeah. Shit.
they have
And
Yeah.
that.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Still not scared. Cards by a milli.
True.
After that, week 18, we got San Fran in San Fran. That'll close out the season. Who you got?
AZ baby. Fuck.
Unfortunately,
Oh.
yeah, I'm going to say Niners.
Damn, I think that's the only game we picked differently on all fucking year.
I'm gonna say
Well, I've got to
Cardinals.
digress.
No, I
I'm
picked
gonna
New England.
I'm gonna say the Cardinals.
All right. So
But
Will.
only because we're going to be resting our starters because we're getting ready for a big old playoff run. Super Bowl, baby.
Christ alive.
Will, you predict 10-7.
Okay.
Jackie.
What Jackie have?
11-6.
Okay. What about you?
11-6.
Damn, so I'm the
Damn, we're
pessimist.
still tied.
Hell
Shocker. Hey, 11-6. Hey, I'll take it. Whatever.
Yep.
It don't matter. It's all about the playoffs this year, anyways.
None of that shit matters.
It
It's not
really
about how you
does.
start. It's about how you fucking finish. And please, God, if
Hey,
you're
that is
listening,
a gauntlet, though, towards the end of the year right there.
Oh yeah.
yeah, we're
It's
gonna be
killer.
putting the fucking ringer for sure.
That month between the Chargers, New England, Denver, Tampa. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
think one,
It's
two,
gonna be
three,
tricky.
4. So we all picked the Cardinals go 4-2 without D Hop. Interesting. It's not as bad as what I initially thought I saw on the calendar when I looked at the schedule. I was like, oh, I'll be happy 3-3. But I think 4-2 is doable. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tricky season. It all just comes down to execution. That's all it ever is, really.
Marquise Brown season. Let's go.
But
Anything
yeah.
else? What do you guys think about minicamp? That's the last thing I have on my notes right here. Or let's talk about the Daryl Williams signing real quick. Daryl Williams.
Like the signing, Chiefs fans I've been seeing all day have been saying he is a great backup back. Don't expect him to be more than an average starting back. I think that's exactly what we need. I like the signing.
Love it. Why not? Fuck it.
Benjamin stays losing.
Yeah, he's not as explosive as Chase Edmonds, evidenced by Daryl. I want to say Darrell. I don't know why. Daryl Williams having his longest run over the last 2 seasons, and this is with about 200 rushing attempts. I think it's like 190 or something. His longest rush is 21 yards. You compare that to Chase Edmonds, who I believe his shortest, longest run of his career in any season is 29 yards. So right off the bat, he's and just even watching him, he doesn't have that explosion to kind of separate down the field from the DBs. But I was pretty impressed by looking up his catch percentage, his drop percentage. So Chase Edmonds' drop percentage is over 6%. And they both have, I think Chase Edmonds has like 120 pass attempts his way in his career so far, and Daryl Williams is like at 85 or something, so a little bit less. So Chase Edmonds has a 6.1% drop percentage. Daryl Williams is 2.9, so he's better, more than half better than Chase Edmonds, which I found surprising. His career catch percentage is 79%, which is in line with Chase Edmonds' 78. His catch percentage last year was 82.5, which would fit in perfectly with this team. Chase Edmonds was 81 last year. So he's going to come in, be that number 2. I don't think we're as explosive in that backfield, but if you're going to do a 3-headed kind of monster and you're going to mix in one of these young running backs, that Eno Benjamin, who looks like he's down on the fucking depth chart even more, or this Keontae Ingram, I think he could step in and maybe be that third down guy, who can kind of who can open up the field a little bit more than James Conner or Daryl Williams can do. So yeah, don't hate it. And I believe he was for the league veteran minimum, so you can't really beat that for a guy who totaled over 1,000 yards last year.
Yeah, I like the signing. I'd like to see what he can do. But
yep. Last thing, what do you guys think about K1 missing minicamp? Any worries? Any cause for concern? Obviously, we would all like him there. I think we all said we he could be a better leader. He's still young though. If you're needing your 24-year-old QB to go out there and be this guy day in, day out, then you have the wrong pieces around him, in my opinion.
If he was the only one missing it, I would raise hell. But I mean, there are plenty of Cardinals who aren't attending these voluntary
Rodney
camps.
Hudson's supposed leader, not there. I mean, yeah, you can go down the list. There's definitely a handful of guys.
Hollywood ain't. I mean, it's voluntary for a reason. That's just another way you can get hurt. I don't blame him, especially at contract time. I get where he's coming from.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I do give a little bit of a fuck is just because of how we have choked the last 3 years. You obviously want your quarterback being there, but it's a different situation when he's in a contract year. Obviously they've expressed their desires to get a new contract, and this is just the way it is in 2022. So I'm not going to hold him against the fire like some of these fucking boomers over here and praising lesser motherfuckers, praising backups and shit. Like, stop. You're just blatantly ignoring the fact there are other guys missing, and you're trying to prop these. Lecky Fotu ain't leading us to no Super Bowl. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. But yeah, let's see what happens in mandatory minicamp. I think Kyler will show up. You're not going to want to get fined. So we'll see what happens then. I mean, as long as he's there in July and he gets his first full workload during real camp, I don't see any reason to really be concerned right now.
Yeah. Yep. But I think that about closes it out. What do you guys think? Is that everything?
That's everything. And again, thank you all for listening. I know this is very impromptu spaces. Hopefully, for those who didn't get a chance to tune in, we have this recorded. We can get this on Spotify and YouTube.
But yeah, so this has been episode 50. 50. Can you believe it? I don't.
For you.
For me, and I guess Bobby too, of the Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing.
Yo, it's Mac, and appreciate you guys all jumping in and tuning in with us. And if you do want to fill out a schedule win-loss, we'll mark it down with ours, and we'll go through at the end of the year and see who is most correct.
And maybe you'll get a prize. Who knows?
A toe sucking.
Yes, by yours truly, Queen of the
Will.
Toes. Yep. Well, not me. I don't do shit like that. Sicko.
And Jackie.
Oh yeah, it's my name is Jackie.
And you can find our editor Bo Bobbles on Twitter at Bo Bobbles. And this has been the Redbird Redzone podcast, a Max Hall production, episode 50. We are out. Thank you.
Peace, bitches.